Hey you. Yeah, you. You didn't stumble here by chance. So let's talk. My name is Tyanne, but a lot of people call me Taj. And I'm most known for my loud New York personality. Brooklyn, to be specific. And my unfiltered opinions. And most recently, for being your favorite homegirl. Yeah, because I'm a realtor too. Don't forget that. And the Melanated Mindset is a safe space for unpopular opinions and heated debates amongst the diverse melting pot of those of us that identify as a melanated millennial. Now, I can't speak for y'all, but after seeing what being an adult is really about, nah, I got some things to say. And I know y'all do too. So let's talk about it, because what's really going on? What is up, y'all? Welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you're not to another episode of The Melanated Mindset. We made it, y'all, to yet another Monday in our familiar place. And before we even say anything about anything, let me just let it be known that if you are listening to the audio version of this episode on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or SoundCloud, just so you know, there is a video version available on my YouTube channel, and my YouTube channel is just my name, Tyanne Watson. So if you're trying to catch these vibes in real time, make sure you pull up on me on YouTube, because that's where you can find me. Now, if you already are watching this on the video version on my YouTube channel, then you will see that we got some changes, some slight but subtle studio changes. So the first change being that the Christmas tree is no longer up. And just so y'all know, disclaimer, I know the first two episodes y'all saw the Christmas tree up, and yes, season 4 did start in January. However, I did film those first two episodes the last week of December. So no, I did not bring in the new year with my Christmas tree up. The West Indian woman in me just couldn't. I tried. I literally waited until New Year's Eve when we were deep cleaning the house, and I told Malik, nah, babe, it gotta go. So today is actually the first Monday of the year. So today's episode is given just a little bit special because I am actually recording on technically the first Melanated Monday of the year. It is obviously well after that by the time you guys are listening or watching this. And I know that, but I just needed to let y'all know, if your girl got a little extra oomph, a little pep or whatever, it's because I'm feeling super good. The first of the year was yesterday, and it was a Sunday, and we deep cleaned the house on Saturday, so we just got to lay around and do nothing. So today is my first productive day of the year, and here I am pulling up on y'all, and here y'all are pulling up on me, even though it ain't the first Monday when y'all listening to this, but that's besides the point. Also, if you are watching the video version of this, you may notice that there are maybe some intro or outro changes. And I just want y'all to bear with me because I am experimenting with new intros and new outros as far as the video graphics go. And we just trying to play around with things until I see what I like, or until I actually have the time to film an actual like intro, which I'm leaning more towards. But if you're watching a video version, just make sure you leave me in the comments. Let me know how you feeling certain things. If you like the new setup, I moved some things around. And if y'all like it, just let me know. If you have any suggestions on what you think I should add to the space or take away from the space, just so you guys know, I am planning to put a plant over there in that corner to kind of take up some of the space like what the tree was taking up. So yes, I am going to put a plant there. I'm hoping to get a real plant. If y'all have any plant recommendations, just let your girl know. I done did enough little intro rambling, but I couldn't just pop on here with a new setup and y'all be like, dang, Taj, what happened? This is not what I was looking at last week. It's because it is officially the new year and we on a new type of vibe. We on a new type of time. All right? So let it be known. If you read the title of this episode, then you can tell I am going to be talking to my entrepreneurs today. That does not mean that if you work a 9 to 5, that this episode does not benefit you at all. I'm just letting it be very crystal clear that that is the demographic I am speaking to directly today on today's episode. I'm going to kind of do it how I did it last time, and I'm going to start y'all off with some definitions that I just want y'all to keep in the back of your head throughout this entire episode. So the first one being the definition of business. So your business can also be described as your company, right? And that is defined as the organization that produces your product or offers your services. Now, the definition for brand is going to be the image or identity that your business projects, the way that consumers perceive your company, aka your business. So, if you are familiar with the terms and if those definitions didn't make it clear, the two do go hand in hand. However, they are very different. So, for my entrepreneurs listening, I'm asking you to start this episode. Which one are you building currently, right now, in the new year? Which one has your primary focus? Y'all know the vibes, and y'all should know me by now. Y'all know I'm gonna use this opportunity as a shameless plug. So if you are an OG part of the tribe, or if you would like to be, because your girl would definitely love to have you, make sure you are following me on all of my social media platforms. My Instagram at Tyanne.Watson, and my Twitter, my TikTok, and my YouTube. Everything else is just Tyanne Watson with no dot in between. Now, y'all know I gotta start with my complaint of the week and my highlight of the week. And if you didn't know, now you know. Because it's Monday, it's the first Monday of the year. Possibly got something to complain about, and definitely got some things that we want to highlight. So let's get into it. My complaint for this week is going to be how long it has taken me to realize that I'm different and that we're different. We're meaning myself, my husband, and my son. And when I say that, it does not come from a place of arrogance. It does not come from a place of cockiness or anything like that. I just, with the end of the year just having wrapped up, I had a lot of time to just self reflect on the things that have worked for me throughout the year 2022 and the things that didn't. And the times where I felt the most productive and passionate, and the times where I felt like I was struggling the most. And I realized that the times that I feel most stressed and just like life is consuming me is when I am trying to fit myself and my family and my vision for my life into this box. This box that I'm not meant to fit in. And when I say that, for example, I'm talking like the American dream. Granted, we have the house, we have the kid, like we are technically living the American dream, what most people are aspiring to do, what people are striving for, right? But yet, that has not given us the level of fulfillment that we thought it would, right? And then myself and my husband, Malik, if y'all know him, y'all know, we have really had to sit back this last couple days and think like, yo, nothing about our life has ever been like traditional. From eloping at 18, from moving to Hawaii and then to Italy. Granted, those were military moves. If you're new here, my husband is in the army. But it's like, if I had to sum up my success and my achievements thus far in my life, if someone was to ask me, yo, Tosh, how did you get where you are? I would literally have to say, by making the choices and the decisions that most people wouldn't. And that's not to say that people aren't making the right choices. It's just to say that I've always been a risk taker. I've always been well, let's see, I'm going to jump. If granted, I am a very textbook Virgo rising, Virgo sun. So all of my moves have been calculated, but the odds always to me seem to make sense. Like, screw it. Like I'm 18, you 20, let's get married. Let's see what happens. Here we are sitting here having just celebrated our 9th wedding anniversary. Did I know that we would last and make it this far? No. Did I hope so? Did I think we would? Did I think that we would be able to overcome all the hardships that was to come? Absolutely. So that's what I mean by I'm not disappointed in myself because everything happens for a reason in the universe's time, but that would definitely be my complaint is how long it took me to realize like, yo, I'm just built different. From the way I talk to the way that I think, I find myself stressed out when I'm trying to fit in with these group of people or whatever, and it's like, yo, you're not meant to. You always have been different. You've always taken the road less traveled. So just start looking at all aspects of your life like that. And hopefully, I will eventually find the fulfillment and the joy that I'm seeking because anytime I've made one of those risk taking decisions, it turned out to be the best decision of my life. So I just need to remind myself constantly like, you're different. You are not the same. You are not one of them. Okay? Now, enough rambling with the complaints. Yes, I have a highlight for the week too. My highlight of the week, without a doubt, I told y'all it's only Monday, so technically I only got yesterday to go off of. But bringing in the new year with my boys, my husband, and my son, if you're new here, in a clean and clear space, physically, mentally, emotionally, and most important, spiritually, already is the highlight of my week. And like I said, it's only Monday. Just being able to bring in the year just in a spotless house. When I say spotless, y'all, I'm talking New Year's Eve. We spent 12 hours cleaning this house. Literally. I'm talking from every closet to the garage to even the attic. I was not playing. If it ain't been seen or touched in 90 days, it gotta go. I did a donation run, donated a bunch of stuff. Literally, New Year's Eve. Like, I was not playing. I wanted to come into this year with space for what I'm asking for. And I feel like a lot of us, we can't get the things that we're trying to manifest because we haven't made the physical and mental space in our life for it to come. If I'm asking for more, if I want more, if I want bigger, I gotta make space for more. I gotta make space for bigger. And that's literally what we spent 12 hours on the last day of the year doing. But to bring in the first of the year at such peace and such ease. And like we laid around and did nothing. We watched bunch of YouTube videos of like people traveling and like people going on a vacation and just people living the lives that we aspire to live. And it was just honestly the best way I could ever imagine bringing in the new year. And I feel like it's going to set the tone for the rest of the year. I didn't want to bring it in working and hustling. I was supposed to record this episode yesterday. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. First day of the year, I wanted to be peaceful. I wanted to be easy. I wanted to be soft. I wanted to be luxurious in a way that didn't cost money. I wanted it to be priceless, and that it was. And I feel like because of that, my new year, 2023, is going to be a reflection of that. Because I started the year off soft and easy and relaxed and at peace mentally, spiritually, physically. We did yoga. Like it was just, everything was perfect. And it by far was definitely the highlight of my week. Anyway, if you're watching this, I got another cup of coffee that I'm not trying to let go cold. So sorry if you're listening to the audio version. If you hear my ASMR sips, it's not on purpose. But I'm trying not to let my coffee get cold this time. It ain't looking too good, y'all. It's a little lukewarm. But we gonna move right along into our Fendi fact of the day because y'all know, can't just come on here rambling. Gotta teach y'all something. Y'all know the vibes. Today's Fendi fact is an excerpt from Thrive. Now, the article that I found doesn't have a specific author. Don't know why, but it doesn't. And yeah, but it comes from a website called thrive.com. And if you don't know the vibes by now, you should. If you guys ever want to read some of these articles, because I just usually read just about a paragraph or so. If you want to read these articles in detail, actually see where I'm getting these Fendi facts from, all of the links to the Fendi facts are always going to be in the description box of every podcast episode video on my YouTube channel. So I'm not trying to convert all my audio listeners into watchers on YouTube or viewers or tribe members. But I'm just saying, if you're trying to do a little research, you're going to end up having to go on YouTube anyway. So, there's that. So, the excerpt reads, are you building a business or building a brand? Building your business typically means expanding your scope and offering additional goods or services to your customers. However, building your brand typically means keeping your scope focused on a single idea that will come to embody your business. The two aren't quite mutually exclusive. It is possible to have a profitable business with a strong, readily identifiable brand name, but this doesn't happen by accident. It takes a concerted effort to build your brand alongside your business, and you need to be willing to make sacrifices and concessions when necessary to balance the two out. And on that note, I'm going to have to take another sip of my coffee because we about to get into some things. But before we do, let me just use this opportunity before I jump into the flow to let you know, if you want to join the conversation in real time and insert your own personal thoughts and opinions, make sure you pull up on me on YouTube, like I've been saying. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up because my businesses and my brand are expanding. Make sure you guys leave a comment down below how you like the new setup, how you liking the brand expansion. Can you tell which one I'm actively working on, my brand or my business? And most importantly, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button because you want to be a part of the tribe, because you want to see what I'm coming with next week. And I would absolutely love to have you. Welcome to the tribe. All right. So now let's get into some things. But first things first, let me remind you of them definitions that we started with. So business, aka company, is defined as the organization that produces your products or offers your services. And brand is defined as the image or identity that your business projects, aka the way the consumers perceive your company. Remember, I told y'all the two go hand in hand, but understand that they are not the same. So, again, my entrepreneurs, which one are you actively focusing on at the top of this new year? Let me just say, the goal is always to build them both. The goal is always for them both to be successful and for them both to thrive, right? But understand that it is really hard, especially if you're an entrepreneur like myself, that is a one person team. It is extremely difficult to build the two simultaneously, cohesively, meaning it's hard to build them at the exact same time, at the exact same level. It's hard to scale them both. So there are going to be times when you have to decide, okay, let me just focus on the business today. Okay, tomorrow, let me focus on the brand, right? I specifically in this episode want to get into how social media plays a crucial role in today's world. Because if you are an entrepreneur or business owner, you know whether you offering products or services, social media should be, if it's not a crucial part of both your brand and your business, because in this digital tech era, that is where you are going to find majority of your new consumers, clients, or customers, right? Why is social media playing such a crucial role in today's era, besides the fact that literally everything is tech and AI and everything got microchips? One, for marketing and promo purposes, social media is free marketing and free promo. So you as a business owner, a brand owner, an entrepreneur need to be utilizing it to your fullest potential. Number two, social media is networking heaven in these days, especially in a post-pandemic era where there may not be as many networking events and luncheons and brunch and meeting of the minds and whatever as there used to be. You can still get yourself, your business, and your brand in front of like-minded individuals on social media every single day. So you need to be utilizing it as a means for networking, because the networking opportunities on social media literally are endless. And number three, social media rapidly expands your reach, meaning you could post a reel or a TikTok or a YouTube short or YouTube video, whatever type of content you produce for your business, whether it be promoting a product, whether it be promoting a service. And that specific piece of content can go viral, right? And what does that do? That puts your business and your brands in front of hundreds, thousands, maybe even millions of new possible customers, clients, consumers. So social media has the opportunity to rapidly expand your brand and your business's reach faster than you could ever do it handing out business cards and talking to people and shaking hands one-on-one. Point blank, period. And number four, the fourth reason why social media is such a crucial role in your business and your brand in today's world is because it is a direct contact to your target audience. If you have a product geared towards weight loss, right? If you are a fitness girly, please. That was just the first example that came to my mind. Let's just say you got some type of product or supplement, whatever, that promotes the aid of weight loss or that aids in weight loss, right? By producing content, TikToks, Reels, YouTube videos, whatever, about your product, making sure that the content is then polished properly, meaning the right hashtags, the right categories or topics, the right quality, etc. If you hit the trifecta with that piece of content, what that content is more than likely going to do is going to end up on the feed of people looking for weight loss stuff. If you got it hashtagged as weight loss supplements or how to lose weight fast or whatever, it is going to put you in front of the people that are looking for your product or your service, regardless of what it is going to be. It is literally a direct funnel to the people that you are trying to get the business from. Simple as that. All right. Now that I told y'all why social media is such an important player in both your business and your brand, now let's talk about a little bit more of the differences that the two play, right? So, first, business is sales focused, brand is community focused. So, your business's goal is probably the same as everybody's business goal, and that is to generate income and to constantly generate more income than you did the month or year before. Any business, that is the goal. If you have a business, if you paid money to file an LLC, if you are paying taxes on your business or whatever, you're getting tax write-off. The goal is to make money. Simple as that. I don't care what your business is. I don't care where your business is. You started a business so that you can make money. Point blank, period, right? That's the goal of your business, to generate income. However, the goal of your brand should not be to generate income. The goal of your brand should be to gain reach and recognition. So, let me break it down in more tangible terms. I'm going to use myself for example. The Melanated Mindset is a business, right? However, it is simultaneously a brand that I am building, right? If you've been here since season 1, episode 1, you can probably assume accurately that the Melanated Mindset brand that I am trying to build is all about promoting self-improvement and health and wealth, both spiritually, mentally, financially, like all of those things. You can probably just that the Melanated Mindset brand is a positive space for like-minded individuals, regardless of what the topic is, right? And you would be right. The Melanated Mindset, the business, the first stamp of that would be this podcast. I have told y'all before, the podcast is not the end all for me. The podcast is the beginning. So I plan to incorporate a lot more things under the Melanated Mindset business umbrella that still attach with that brand. With the Melanated Mindset brand, I am trying to gain reach and recognition. I am trying to expand the tribe, not just the audio listeners, not just the subscribers on YouTube. I am trying to build a community. I just so happen to call y'all my tribe. Hence why you will notice if you're watching the video version, again, if you're an audio listener, pull up to the YouTube. If you're watching this, you will see that I have my business branded above my head. I have my business branded well, if you're watching this, to the left of me. And it's intentional. You will see my bad, y'all. There was an ad. You will see that I have the slogan that I end my outro with behind me. All of that is very, very intentional. Everything about the way I designed this podcast studio was extremely intentional because I wanted it to be on brand. I wanted it to represent what I want this brand to represent. If you know me, you know I'm super big on nature and getting outside and just being with Mother Earth. And granted, I am an earth sign with a lot of earth placements in my birth chart. So the green and the wood tones, it's not just home decor to me. This is literally the type of energy that I bring into my space that I want to translate to you guys. Like, oh, she's not just decorating her house like that. She's creating a space, an environment, a vibe. I'm not just decorating my dining room. I'm creating a vibe for my brand, if that makes sense. Speaking of brand, brings me to my next point. Brand is always going to be larger than product, meaning it's not about what you sell, it's about how you make people feel. For example, another shameless plug if you're new here and you didn't know, I am a licensed realtor here in the state of South Carolina. I currently service the Fort Jackson / Columbia area. So if you listening or you watching or anybody that you know are looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate here in this market, I'm your favorite homegirl, literally and figuratively. But wait, Taj, I don't live in South Carolina, don't live in Columbia, I don't plan to, but I am curious about buying, selling, or investing in real estate where I do live. Don't worry, I am still your homegirl because you can still book a free consultation with me to discuss your real estate needs and if you actually are looking actively to buy or sell or invest, I can connect you to a trusted realtor in your area. Y'all see how effortless and shameless the plugs is getting? But anyway, I help people buy, sell, or invest in real estate, right? But anybody that has been following me since I started my real estate journey can tell you, I hope they can tell you, Taj is not just doing this to make a check. And I am very, very intentional and adamant on people knowing that. I pride myself on wanting to educate specifically melanated brown and black millennials on the home buying, home selling, home investing process and how real estate can actually be a passive stream of income and how it can change your life the way that it changed mine. Anybody who has been following me from the beginning of this journey will be able to tell you that. Like, Taj is not worried about how much money she makes. She's worried about how much we learn. So you see what I'm saying? That is not connected directly to the Melanated Mindset brand, but the Tyanne Watson brand, my personal brand, is a reflection of that. My business, Tyanne Watson LLC, is the realtor that helps you buy, sell, invest in real estate. But the brand, Tyanne Watson, that's the homegirl that actually cares about educating you along the way and making sure that you understand what you're getting yourself into, that you understand all of the resources available to you. That is the difference between business and brand. brand is not about what you're selling. It's about how you make people feel. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll see a couple months ago, last year, I had a client that I met literally at the grocery store random. It's like 7 a.m. on a random day. And somehow, well, let me not say somehow, I intentionally brought up real estate because it went with the conversation that we were talking about. And long story short, I gave her my business card, told her, listen, you don't have to buy a house with me, but if you just want to be educated on the process, give me a call. I'll sit down for a couple minutes and walk you through it. A week later, she scheduled a consultation. 90 days later, I made her a first time homeowner. So I will never forget how that made me feel, and I hope that she will never forget how I made her feel. Granted, when Malik and I closed on our home, we did have a realtor, but I told y'all I was in real estate school. So when I say my realtor got the easiest freaking commission check of her career, she did. There was no personal touches. Granted, like y'all know, we closed on Zoom or whatever, but she didn't go the extra mile. She did just enough to get her commission check. Respectfully so, there's no bad blood there. But for the client that I met in the grocery store after learning her backstory, and you spend 90 days with these people diving into they credit and they spending habits, they get real personal real quick. So I wanted to make sure that her and her family had a very personable experience. And I did that. Literally, went all out, had the closing stuff. When they walked through the house after closing, it was literally could bring tears to anybody's eyes. And to know that I met this girl in the grocery store and I changed her life, it was the feeling that I gave her. It wasn't the fact that I sold her a house. It was how I made her feel. And that will continue to echo in her mind anytime her or her significant other is sitting anywhere and somebody brings up real estate, they're going to remember their realtor. And that's not just because I want them to throw more money my way. That's because I want them to be like, yo, I would love for you to feel how my realtor made me feel. Brand will always be bigger than product. Next point, brand can never get taken away from you. I can, well, let me not put that in the atmosphere. If I decide to put my license on hold, which you can do, I can literally call up the commission and say, hey, listen, I want to take a break from practicing real estate. It'll pause all the fees that I got to pay and everything. I won't be able to actively practice real estate, but I could put my license on hold. That means my business, Tyanne Watson LLC, will not be profiting. But the brand, Tyanne Watson, like I just told y'all, will live on. How I made my client feel will live on. She will still refer business to me because of the feeling that I gave her, regardless of whether I'm practicing real estate or not. Even if I announce that I'm no longer practicing real estate, chances are she will probably still refer people to me like, hey, listen, my realtor is not in the real estate game no more, but I'm sure she can. I trust her opinion and I trust that she can get you in the hands of somebody that she trusts, because brand will always outlive business. You can't take that feeling away from people. The feeling you give people with your brand, how you move people with your brand, how you are intentional with your brand can never be taken away from you. Your business, however, can. Your LLC can be dissolved. Your brand will live on. Your business could fail, but a brand doesn't work that way. A brand only fails if you fail to find the right community and continue to grow it. I can decide that I never want to make another podcast episode, but I still want the Melanated Mindset brand to live on. I could do that. If I wanted to drop merch, I could do that, because of the connection I have made with you guys, my tribe, and how I'm continually trying to expand my tribe. So whether I put out more podcast episodes or not, the Melanated Mindset brand footprint and blueprint has already been created. That is what you guys love so much. That is why you guys show up and meet me here every Monday. So the business can be taken away, but the impact of your brand can never be. And that brings me to my last point. I'm getting y'all in and out of here today. We got stuff to do, all right? The two are different, but they are equally important. Your business allows you to solve the needs within the community that your brand has created. And your brand allows you to reach more people whose needs your business can help solve. My business, The Melanated Mindset, with the things that I have planned and that I'm going to put into place later on this year, they are going to solve the needs of y'all, the tribe that shows up for me every week. Why? Because we have things in common. You guys realize I'm not perfect. I am trying to evolve. I am trying to improve on myself, which if you show up every week, chances are you are too. So if I create a solution to a problem specifically within our community, right? My brand and the way that I package it, as long as it reaches more people and I continue to build up the community, the business will continue to elevate because the business thrives off of solving the problems within that community. You don't have to solve everyone's problems. You're not going to solve anyone's problems. You need to solve the problems and meet the needs of the people within your community that your brand has helped you build. If you are a tribe member, I am not worried about nobody else besides you listening and you watching. Because why? Because y'all show up for me and I show up for y'all. We locked in. So that means that all of the things that I have coming to roll out later on this year are for you and for me. But it's for us, you understand? And if you benefit from it, what will you in turn do? More than likely refer someone else to the tribe. And that is how the tribe keeps growing. Because you're gonna be like, damn, I really love what this girl stands for. I love what she has her brand founded on. I just love the vibe she gives me. And that's what your brand is. Your brand is the vibe that the business gives off. Like, for example, McDonald's. That's the business, right? But what's the brand? What's something that we all could think of when we think of McDonald's? I'm gonna beat you to it. The ice cream machine that ain't ever working. So they got a vibe for having poor customer service, products not being as advertised. Like, that's the vibe that they give off. Now, Chick-fil-A. That's a business. But what's the vibe they give off? They give off great customer service. They give off that they care about their customers. They give off that they are going to go the extra mile. That is the difference. The vibe that your business gives off needs to be that's your brand, and that needs to be a reflection of what you are truly trying to do with it, with your business. Hopefully it is obvious what I am trying to do with the Melanated Mindset, the business. Hopefully you guys can see it start evolving and blooming literally before your eyes, because it's blooming before mine. Y'all, I started this podcast in Italy with just this mic, my laptop, in my bathroom during the pandemic. And if you watching this on YouTube, oh baby, we done moved on up. We is no longer in Italy. We is no longer in the bathroom, okay? I'm expanding the business by expanding the brand. I want y'all to have something tangible to see the evolution, because it's inevitable. I'm going to give it my all, and I'm going to show y'all literally that I am giving it my all. Y'all are going to see the brand and business evolution. And if you're an entrepreneur listening to this, you need to be doing the same. You need to be showing your clients, your customers, your future clients, future customers, where you are trying to take this thing. They need to remember what the end goal is. They need to see it. You got to take them along that ride. And that's what I'm doing. I'm taking y'all along this ride so that at the end of the year, when we do our recap, y'all gonna be like, damn, I see what she was talking about. Cause she told us where she was going with this. And we watched her. We were a part of this all year. And now this is where we are. So you gotta tell a story with your brand. Your brand is supposed to tell the story of your business. It's supposed to have something to do with where you came from. It's supposed to have something to do with where you are right now. And it's supposed to have some foresight of where you're trying to take the business in the future. Your brand should sum that all up. It should be very clear to people where you came from, where you at, and where you going. So they could decide if they willing to come on that journey with you. And that's kind of just what it is. Y'all, let me take another sip of this coffee. Okay, we ain't ice cold. We room temperature, but we ain't ice cold. That just means it's time to wrap it up. And y'all know where we wrapping it up. In our familiar place with our word of the week. This week's word is differentiate. And I picked this word because if you are an entrepreneur listening to this, you need to decide and decipher which you're building currently and if that plan is working. So as we step into the first month of the year, are you building your brand currently or are you building your business currently? And whichever one you're building currently, look back on, has that been working for you? Because if it's not, then maybe you should try working the other way around. Like I said, if you're a one-woman team or one-man team like I am, it is extremely difficult to build the business and the brand simultaneously and expect them both to just elevate at the same pace. It's hard. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but it's hard as hell. Okay? So some days, like I said, you're just going to have to focus on one. Let me do some back-end business stuff. Let me make sure my taxes and my write-offs and stuff is together. Today, I got on my CEO business hat. And then tomorrow, I got on my visionary glasses because I'm building this brand to go where I know it can go. Does that make sense? Don't forget, though, that you need them both. You need a successful business to bring you in income. But you also need a positive, successful brand that will continuously bring you the customers or the clients for the business. The two go hand in hand. And with every decision that you make, you, the entrepreneur, the business owner, the brand owner, you need to decide. Ask yourself, is this for the betterment of my brand or of my business? This thing that I'm trying to do right here, right now, this one task, is it going to better my brand or better my business? And whatever the answer is, decide, is that where you should be focusing right now? And it's honestly just that simple. I know I make it sound simple, but the day-to-day aspect is hard. When you're an entrepreneur, nobody's telling you what to do. You got to decide. Do I put on the CEO hat today or the visionary glasses? Am I getting the back end done? Or am I building a brand and brainstorming? Because that's really what building a brand is daydreaming. But it's actually putting that stuff on paper, knocking that stuff down into goals. How can I achieve these goals? And that has nothing to do with money. That's all the business side. It's all about just, if I could have it my way, where would my business end up? What will my business be 10 years from now? That mindset, that list that you come up with, that's the brand you're trying to build. And even though that's a 10-year plan, you need to be figuring out, what can I do today to get me there? To take me on that journey and to bring my clients and my customers along for that ride? What is going to keep them with me for those 10 years while I go and hit all of these goals? That is what you, as the business person, as the entrepreneur, have to decide. Because you need the brand in order to have a successful business. Don't let nobody tell you different. And with that, I think I have said all that needs to be said. And over here at the Melanated Mindset, you can see I'm building the business, but most importantly, I'm building the brand. And I constantly remind y'all of what I am trying to accomplish here so that you guys remember. So that when we get where we trying to go, y'all gonna be like, oh, she been saying that since season 3, season finale. When she said, this is bigger than a podcast. This is bigger than a business. This girl done built an empire. And y'all gonna help me build it too. Because we in this thing together. Alright? Until next time, aka, I see y'all next week. And on that note, if you made it this far, thank you for kicking it with me and chopping it up with me. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. The love and the support, it never goes unnoticed or unappreciated. And if you want to join the conversation in real time, make sure that you're following me across all social media platforms at Tyanne Watson. But more specifically, make sure you're following me on Instagram at Tyanne.Watson, because that's where I'll post all of the polls, all of the questions, and conversation starters. That's also where you guys can expect to see sneak peeks and previews into the episodes to come. We on a new season and we on a new level. This gonna be one hell of a ride. I hope y'all are ready. Until then, I'll see you, same time, same place next week for another Melanated Monday. And remember, the goal is to be good and do good. Until next time, peace, y'all.